Welcome everybody to Kenosha, Wisconsin, here at Simmons Field for the final series of the regular season between the Traverse City Pittsburghers and the Kenosha Kingfish. Traverse City, after the day off yesterday, ready to get back at it and continue their winning ways against Kenosha. Their first sweep of the season against the Kingfish came at home on Monday and Tuesday. Both of those games were some exciting, thrilling matchups. They had a 4-0 win on Monday after a scoreless game through the first 8 innings. Bottom of the 8th, they finally scored a couple runs, scored 4 in the bottom of the 8th, and locked down the win. On Tuesday, a come-from-behind win, being down 5-0. They scored 7 unanswered runs, went up again in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Joe Pace slammed the door with the bases loaded and nobody out to protect a 1-run lead and finish the sweep, striking out all 3 batters he faced to strain them loaded. Zeb Rouse, the Wofford Terrier, steps in to get things started here in this ball game. Had the day off on Tuesday, is back in the lineup. Leading things off for the Pittsburghers as the first pitch is fired on the outside corner for strike 1. Takes a ball high. Zeb, a 208 hitter on the season, was 0 for 2 on Monday with a couple of hit-by pitches against Kenosha. Swings and misses at 1 on the outside part, goes down 1-2. Zeb facing Dalton Wiggins, the Kenosha starter in this game. 1-2 count to open. His 1-2 pitch is taken close for ball number 2. Count evens up. Only the second time Wiggins is facing Traverse City this season. Pitched 4 innings back on June 5th. Was his first appearance of the season as he deals a 2-2 to Zeb. And that one called strike 3 right around the knees. And the night for Traverse City will start with a looking strikeout.
It's never a strikeout when you team up with Piasecki Funeral Home, serving the community for 90 years. That's Piasecki Funeral Home. Now batting the second baseman from Central Michigan, number 1, Mario.
Zeb goes down looking, brings in Mario Camilletti, who had a great series against the Kingfish. A couple multi-hit games. Camilletti leads the team in batting average at .333. Rips one to center, fly ball. That Liebert in left field will take care of for out number 2. 2 quick outs for Kenosha.
Now batting the left fielder from the University of Michigan, number 17, Tito Flores.
Trying to put together a little 2-out rally here is Tito Flores from the University of Michigan. He had himself quite a series against the Kingfish. 284 hitter, was 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a walk in Tuesday's big win. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner from Wiggins, who continues to work inside the strike zone. 0 for 1 with a couple walks and a hit by pitch in game 1. Followed that up with a 3-hit night. His third on the team in multi-hit games in the month of July, behind the man on deck, Chris Monroe, and the man right before him, Mario Camilletti. Tito, though, has the most 3+ hit games. Games where he's gotten 3, 4, 5 hits. He has 5 of those in the month of July. Early on one, down the left side, it's going to get out of play. Some good contact, but Flores got the barrel out a little early and has to protect on a 2-strike pitch. Wiggins pitched 4 innings and gave up 7 hits, 6 runs back here on June 5th against Traverse City. Looking for a better start here. His 1-2 pitch to Flores. He fouls out of play down the right side. Stay alive. That's the ball game on June 5th. The first road series of the season. First time these two teams met. They split the series, that 14-7 win where Traverse City hit a team high 5 home runs in the ball game before Flores was on the team. And he swings and misses at the fastball. And a 1-2-3 inning for Wiggins. We'll get this game to the bottom of the first, where we'll see Wyatt Rush take the mound against a good hitting Kenosha team. Be back in just a second on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Simmons Field in Kenosha, Wisconsin. A 1-2-3, top of the first inning for Dalton Wiggins and the Kingfish. Get them up to the plate. In the bottom of the first, a very similar lineup to the one that they sent out the last time these two teams met. The top 5, in fact, are the exact same, with McKay Barney, Vince Bianchina, Kirk Liebert, Justin Janis, and then Chase Estep. The same top 5 as the last matchup. Wyatt Crenshaw hitting 6th. Mike Madej hitting 7th. Luke Stevenson and Xavier Watson finish out the lineup. And a very similar defense for the Pittsburghers, with Jake Arnold at first, Camilletti at second, Cayman Traficante at short, Christian Faust playing third with Tito Flores in left, Zeb Roos in right, Cruz Taylor in center, Adam Proctor doing the catching again. He's now catching the last 3 games against Kenosha, with Wyatt Rush taking the mound as McKay Barney stands in. His first pitch to him, Barney trying to bunt and fouls it back. Barney had a 3-hit game on Tuesday. Did everything he could to try to will the Kingfish to a victory. Had 1 RBI in the ball game as well. Was one of a few Kingfish that had 3 hits. Slaps one the left side out of play. And Wyatt Rush ahead 0-2. Looking for a better start than his last 2 starts, where he's gotten beat around a little bit. His ERA up to 5.08. His last 3 starts, as a matter of fact, have not been the best. He's taken 2 losses in his last 3 appearances. Throws one into Barney for a 1-2. His last outing against Kokomo on July 22nd last week, pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 hits and 4 runs. Also walking 3. That was a season high in walks. Looking to bounce back here on the road against a good hitting team. His 1-2 and a swing and a miss. Barney goes down on strikes. A really good leadoff hitter for the Kingfish, but Rush is able to get him in this first at-bat. And here's another batter that had 3 hits in the Kenosha loss on Tuesday, Vince Bianchina. The second baseman has brought his average up to 245 after going 3 for 4. That after an 0 for 4 night on Monday. And he had a walk to get on base in that 9th inning where Kenosha had things going, looking to take the lead, at the very least tie, but weren't able to, as he fouls one off the left side out of play. Wyatt Rush this season has not faced Kenosha, so the first time that he's seen all these hitters, and the first time that they're seeing him. He's performed well on the road. One Bianchina to center. Taylor is over. He will make a running grab just a little towards the left field side. And there's 2 quick outs. Rush trying to match Wiggins with a 1-2-3 first.
University of Kentucky, number 22, Kirk Lieber.
At the plate now, a guy who started the season hot. At one point was the Northwoods League leader in batting average and OPS, but he's taken a big fall, hitting .327 on the season now. He is 0 for his last 13 at-bats. Was 0 for 5 against Green Bay, the first game out of the All-Star break. And went a combined 0 for 8 with 4 strikeouts on the road at Traverse City. Trying to bounce back here. Takes a fastball high. The count goes to 1-1. Liebert and the guy on deck, Justin Janis, a very good back-to-back combo. But Traverse City pitching has kept him off base as he shoots one through the right side past a diving Jake Arnold at first. There's the first hit for Kirk Liebert against Traverse City in the last 4 times that these two teams have met.
The first baseman from the University of Illinois, number 38, Justin Janis.
2-out single, a C&I single through the right side. Brings in Justin Janis, who terrorized Pittsburgh pitching their last series. Chops one to the right side. Camilletti sliding, grabbing the gap, and his throw wide of first. Gets away from Arnold. Proctor backing it up, though, will make the grab. Should have been a play to end the inning, but Camilletti throws it away.
Now batting for the Kingfish, the designated hitter from the University of Kentucky, number 23, Chase Easton.
Throwing mistake there by Camilletti is going to extend the inning for Chase Estep. Estep was the first of 3 strikeouts in the 9th inning with the bases loaded on Tuesday. Estep was hitless in the Traverse City series. 0 for 7, did walk a couple times. Struck out in each game as he fouls one off here. Rush trying to work out of trouble. Runners on first and second here. Liebert dancing around on second. The pitch swung on and missed by Estep. Gets the count even to 2-2 with 2 outs here. Trying to get out of the inning. Take care of Estep. A lot of lefties in the lineup against the right-hander Rush. This is the 5th lefty in a row. The 2-2 is up and in. And the count goes full. So now the runners are going to get a head start here. Base hit will easily score Liebert. Rush trying to get out of the inning. Here's his payoff pitch. Lifts his leg and turns towards second just to make sure Liebert wasn't getting too big of a head start, making sure he's not getting too far off the base before the pitch is thrown. Runners have to make sure he commits to home before taking off. Full count pitch here from Rush, and again he's going to lift his leg, take a look at second. Keep an eye on Liebert. Has to make a pitch here against Estep. Came off the All-Star break, hitting 4 for 8 against Green Bay, 0 for 7 against Traverse City. First at bat in this game, full count pitch is inside. He misses, and Estep will walk down to first. A 2-out single, error, and walk have loaded the bases in the bottom of the first for Wyatt Crenshaw. Crenshaw had a good series against the Pittsbitters, or had a good last game, was 2 for 4 with a pair of RBIs on Tuesday. RBI opportunity here as a pair of Michigan State Spartans deal to each other. Rush to Proctor, although Proctor, former Michigan State Spartan, a transfer to Central Michigan, staying in-state but teaming up with Mario Camilletti at CMU. 1-0 to Crenshaw. Lifted to left field, should end the inning. Tito Flores is there, will make the grab. The Kingfish load him, but Rush gets out of trouble and sends this game to the second scoreless here on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Kenosha, Wisconsin. Top of the second inning, middle of the order for Traverse City as Wyatt Rush had to pitch with the bases loaded, but was able to get out of trouble and strand him, getting Crenshaw to fly out to left field. In is Chris Monroe, the first batter in the lineup that was on the team when Wiggins pitched well back on June 5th, the first series between these two teams. That's the game where Monroe had a pair of homers here and was Northwoods League Player of the Night. Rips one down the left side, but foul. Swinging at the first pitch against Wiggins. Monroe hitting just shy of 300, going hitless, 0 for 8 at home against Kenosha, and now hits one foul down the right side. Monroe leads the team in multi-hit games in July. Had one against Rockford 2 series ago. Takes a pitch high. Monroe is 3 for 5 with 2 homers and 4 ribbies. Last time he faced Wiggins. Pitch on the outside corner. Got Monroe looking. The third strikeout in 4 batters for Wiggins. That's a back-to-back innings. He starts off with a looking strikeout. The catcher, Adam Proctor, now will come in. Looking to get something going here. The second lefty to stand in the box against the right-handed Wiggins. Doing the catching again. Caught all games at home against Kenosha. Really in there for his defense. He went 0 for 7 at home. Holds on a called strike on the outside corner. Proctor hitless in his last 4 games. Though he's been on base in 3 of those games due to walks and hit by pitches. Walked twice against Rockford on the 24th. And the final game before the All-Star break was hit by a pitch twice. But his last hit came in the the Battle Creek series, part of the 4-game sweep. Big swing and a miss on the 2-1. The count goes even to 2-2. Wiggins just attacking the strike zone and hitters so far. Not able to take advantage. Wiggins set for the 2-2 pitch. He rocks into the windup, deals. And Proctor goes down swinging. That's 4 strikeouts now for Wiggins. Only 1 batter has put the ball in play so far against him. Trying to change that is Cruz Taylor, center fielder in tonight's game. He's coming off a really good series against Kenosha at home. One of the best 2-game series that he's put together this year. Had a pair of RBIs. On Monday, or on Sunday against Rockford that was, and had an RBI base hit, a big RBI base hit in that bottom of the 8th inning against Kenosha on Monday. Had the day off on Tuesday. We put together a great couple game stretch there between the Rockford series and the first game against Kenosha. 2-0 count here. Called strike on the corner. 2-1 now. Finally, Wiggins fell behind a hitter, but bounces back with the strike. Still a hitter's count in favor of Taylor. See, trying to get a fastball on a fastball count. The 2-1 does get a fastball, but fouls it off. And with another 2-strike count, Wiggins can strike out the side. If Taylor can't put this ball in play. Struck out Monroe, struck out Proctor. Wiggins looking for a 3-strikeout inning. Here's his pitch. Taylor watches a ball outside, and the count goes full. Close pitch, but a little off the plate. Trying to be the first Pittsburgher to reach base here. Wiggins has to make a pitch on the 3-2. Goes in the windup. Here's his payoff. And Taylor goes down swinging. 3 strikeouts. Struck out the side. And has 5 strikeouts in 6 batters. Dominating the Pittsburghers through 2. As Rush looks to keep the Kingfish off the board in this bottom of the second on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back for the bottom of the second inning here in Kenosha. The Traverse City offense not showing up so far. They're 0 for 6 to start and have struck out 5 of 6 batters. Only batter to put a ball in play is Mario Camilletti on a fly out to left field. As Mikey Madej stands in to start the second. Swinging at the first pitch from Rush, popped up the left side, drifting out of play. And Faust runs out of room over by the seats. And it dunks into the stands. Wind might have helped push that one into the stands. Wind's howling a little bit here. Likely won't see any home runs hit as the wind is blowing in hard from center field, blowing straight towards the hitter. As another foul ball hit to the left side by Madej. Rush had 1 strikeout in the first. Started off McKay Barney with a strikeout. Got a line out from being Keena, but then 3 straight reached before he got White Crenshaw to fly out. 7 straight lefties in the lineup for Kenosha against the right-handed Rush. The 0-2, little inside off the plate. Good strategy for the Kingfish to load their lineup with left-handers against the righty. They did it at Turtle Creek. Doing it here. 1-2 pitch from Rush. He deals. Fly ball behind short. Wind's blowing a little bit as Flores comes in and makes the catch. Calls off Traficante at short. And Rush starts the second the same way he ended the first with a fly out to left field. First right-hander in the lineup for Kenosha, the catcher Luke Stevenson. After 7 straight lefties to start, the lineup will end with 2 righties. Fastball strike to Stevenson to start the at-bat. A .231 hitter had 1 hit in each game in Turtle Creek Stadium. 1 for 3 and then 1 for 5. Was the second of 3 strikeouts in the top of the 9th against Joe Pace on Tuesday. Swings and misses at a slider over the plate. Not able to connect on the breaking ball. Rush has him down 1-2. Back-to-back hitters down to 2 strikes. Unlike Wiggins on the other side, Rush not able to get the punch-out pitch. See if he has it here. 1-2 to Luke. Is fouled out of play. Stevenson protecting the plate as hits in 4 straight games. All 4 games he's played after the All-Star break, he's had a hit. Goes down looking in this at-bat. A nice pitch from Rush. Little off-speed. Froze Stevenson. For out number 2, back-to-back innings that Rush is able to get the first 2 batters out. But last inning, 3 straight reached. See if he can get a 1-2-3 here against Xavier Watson, the third baseman. Watson tried to check his swing and inadvertently fouled it off. Only played in 1 game on Tuesday, did not play Monday. And inserted into the lineup as Mitch Jebb was out with an injury. Little flare to center. Taylor's right there. A 1-2-3 inning from Wyatt Rush. Keeps the Kingfish off base. But the offense, with 5 of their first 6 batters going down on strikes, need to get something going with the bottom of the order when we go to the 3rd inning on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Kenosha, Wisconsin. For the top of the 3rd inning, bottom 3 will bat here in the Traverse City lineup. Traficante, Faustin, Arnold looking to do something to reach base or even put a ball in play, as Dalton Wiggins for Kenosha has struck out 5 of the first 6 batters he's faced, including striking out the side in the 2nd. Here in the 3rd, Traficante takes a pitch outside. Traficante only had a couple hits in the Kenosha series, but they were both big ones. As he pops one up left side, might be in play, and it will get to the seats. Out of play, 1-1 count now. Traficante was 2 for 4 on Monday. His second hit, a big 2 RBI double, was the final hit that Traverse City had in that 8th inning, was the 3rd and 4th runs put up. And tied at 5 on Tuesday in the bottom of the 8th inning. Kicked things off against Brady Kais with a leadoff triple as Traverse City scored 2 in the inning. And those were 2 big runs. The second one, the RBI by Tito Flores with 2 outs, was huge insurance as Kenosha scored 1 in the 9th. But that Flores RBI gave them that little extra juice. 2-strike pitch to outside. Count goes full. Another batter down to 2 strikes. The only batter not to go down to 2 strikes was Camilletti, and that's because he swung at the first pitch and flew out to left field. Trying to reach base here. 3-2 pitch from Wiggins. Wind up, deals to Traff, and he fouls one off the left side, trying to protect the plate. Four straight strikeouts in the game for Wiggins. Ended the first with a strikeout. Struck out the side in the second. Another 3-2 pitch here. Traff trying to reach. Fly ball to left center field. Barney over. But Liebert will call him off and make the catch in the gap. Another out for the Pittsburghers, but putting one in play there ends the streak of 4 straight Ks. As Christian Faust, the third baseman, stands in. Knocked in Traficante right after his leadoff triple. Singled over the second baseman's head into right center field. Knocked in Traficante, and he came around to score on Tito Flores' RBI single. Hitting down in the 8th spot tonight. Hitting just a hair over 200 at 201. Way out in front of that off-speed pitch from Wiggins as the count evens at 1-1.
Strike one on the Miller Lite Beer Batter of the game.
One pitch here to Faust. Lines one to second base. Bean Kina right there to make the grab. For out number 2, very similar swing to one that Faust had on Tuesday, with runners on base trying to get Traverse City back into the ball game. Lined one hard, but right at Bean Kina at second. Same situation here, as Wiggins an out away from making the first trip through the lineup perfect without allowing a base runner, as Arnold steps in. Takes the first pitch low. Jake Arnold hitting 171. 0 for 3 with a walk against Kenosha on Monday. 0 for 4 against Rockford on Saturday. Gets a 2-0 count here. See if he gets a fastball to hit. Arnold hitless in his last 3 games. His last hit came before the All-Star break. Was 1 for 3 with an RBI hit against Kalamazoo in an 11-9 victory. Looking for his first hit post All-Star break. 2-0 here. Jumps on the fastball to left. Liebert will make a running catch and will keep running to the dugout. That ball, the best chance for Traverse City's first hit. A nice liner, but not able to fall. Stayed up just long enough to be caught. One trip through the lineup for Wiggins. No base runners as we head to the bottom of the 3rd in a scoreless ball game, as the top of the order will come up for the Kingfish on Pittsburgh Radio. Bottom of the third, but top of the Kenosha lineup, as McKay Barney will lead off against Wyatt Rush. After Dalton Wiggins for Kenosha made a full trip through Traverse City's lineup, no base runners, but starting to put the ball in play after striking out 5 of the first 6. That last half inning, all players put one in play, and the last 2 hits were put in play hard. As Barney stands in to face Rush again. The first strikeout victim for Rush got him in swinging in the bottom of the first to lead off the Kingfish day offensively. Watches a first pitch strike down the middle. Barney sounded like a broken bat. Roller to first, flip to Rush covering, and will just beat Barney to the bag for the first out. Soft roller to first. I believe that bat broke. Sounded like it. As Vince Bianchina stands in, lined out to Cruz in center field, his first at-bat. Coming off a 3-hit game against the Pittsburghers on Tuesday. A good game offensively for the Kingfish. They had 14 hits. Bianchina to center again, but Taylor there barely had to move to make that grab. Bianchina trying to work back up the middle, but hitting it a little too hard as Cruz Taylor retires him for both times. And again, through the first 2 batters, Rush getting them out, got Barney and Bianchina in the first before Kirk Liebert singled to start 3 straight base runners as Kenosha loaded the bases with 2 outs but didn't score. Rush looking for a 1-2-3 here. First pitch to Liebert is a little early, lined down the first base side. Getting the barrel extended a little too soon. First 2 retired by Rush, looking for back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. Nice pitch on the outside corner, called for strike 2 as Rush gets ahead. 0-2 with 2 away. Be even bigger if he can get Liebert, because then you'll face Justin Janis to lead off the 4th with nobody on base. 0-2 from Rush. Liebert right to Arnold, hit it on the screws, but Arnold was positioned perfectly to make the catch. And another 1-2-3 frame for Rush, doing everything he can to match Wiggins on the other side. We're through 3 scoreless. Another start of a pitcher's duel between these 2 teams. We head to the 4th, looking for some offense on Pittsburgh Radio. back in Kenosha for the 4th inning. 3 scoreless so far. The makings of another pitcher's duel, just like we had on Monday between these two teams. As the top of the order back in for Traverse City. Zeb takes one upstairs for ball 1. Started off the night with a looking strike 3 call. The first of 5 strikeouts now in the game for Dalton Wiggins. Takes one low, gets a good hitter's count now, 2-0. Trying to be the first Pittsburgher to reach base. The 2-0 pitch. Takes that one for a 3-0 count. I'm sure with nobody on base through the first trip through the lineup, Zeb will be taking the whole way here. Try and get a 4-pitch walk or a 3-1 count. Does take its way outside. A 4-pitch walk issued to Zeb. That's the first base runner for Traverse City here as they try to get some offense going.
For the Pittsburghers, the second baseman, number 1, Mario Camilletti.
Didn't get the offense going on Monday until the 8th inning when they scored 4 runs in a 4-0 victory. Got the offense going a little late as well on Tuesday as they went down in a 5-0 hole, but scored the next 7 runs in that game before Kenosha scored 1 in the 9th before they won and finished off a sweep. Camilletti back in. Was the only batter through the first 2 innings to put a ball in play for Traverse City. Flew out to left field his first time up. Pick over to first, but Zeb back in safely with a dive. Camilletti trying to continue his hot hitting at the plate. Leads the Pittsburghers in batting average, leads the Northwoods League in on-base percentage. Shows bunt, pulls back, and ball is called. Camilletti entered hitting .333 with a .518 on-base percentage, just a little bit ahead of Justin Janis from Illinois on Kenosha, who entered with a .500. That on-base percentage going up a little bit with his first inning hit. Camilletti takes one for a strike, gets the count even. Not afraid to take a few pitches is Mario. Leads the Northwoods League in on-base and walks. Gets on base more than anybody. One 1 count here. As Mario swings, fouls one straight back to the screen, and he has to protect now in 1 and 2. Was the only batter in the first 2 innings to not face a 2-strike count. That's because he attacked the first pitch and flew out to left. Now he faces a 2-strike count, but he's a very good 2-strike hitter, has a great approach at the plate. Consistently puts the ball in play. One-two count to Rio as Wiggins deals low. Good take from Camilletti. Evens the count up again at 2 and 2 now. Traverse City is second in the Northwoods League in stolen bases. We'll see if they try to get something going here. Was Zeb at first. Try to get him off and running. As a team, they're 10 stolen bases ahead of the next closest team, but they are 46 bases behind the leader, Fond du Lac, who steals more than anyone. They have 182 stolen bases, Traverse City at 136. Wiggins set for another 2-2 here. Zeb does not take off, and Mario takes a ball in the dirt. Not chasing any pitch from Wiggins here. Gets a full count. His favorite count to hit in 3 and 2. Gives him the opportunity to reach base. That's why he's so successful, because the pitcher has to come at him with the 3-2 or he's going to walk to first. He's not shy. He'll take a walk. Zeb does take off. Mario does go down swinging, and the throw to second is just in time to get Zeb a strike him out, throw him out. Eliminates the leadoff runner. And just like that, 2 quick outs on 1 pitch.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 17, Tito Flores.
Stevenson nails Zeb trying to steal there on the 3-2. Fourth time that Zeb's been caught stealing this season on 18 attempts. Tito Flores back in, takes a pitch high. Struck out his first at bat to end the first inning. Rips one to left field. That ball is going to stay fair, get down into the corner, and it dips out of play. So Flores will settle into second with a 2-out double, the first hit for Traverse City, as they try to get something going with 2 outs here. Brings in Chris Monroe, who leads the Pittsburghers in RBIs. Good guy to have at the plate here. He has 41, which is 13 more than the closest guy on his team. He ended pre-All-Star break. He headed to Mankato as the leader in RBIs, but has since been tied and surpassed by Matthew Higgins of Mankato. Grounder to short, and it gets past the shortstop into left field. Took a hop over his glove. Flores will score. There's the first run of the game. Hard hit ball by Monroe. Took a hop on Madej at short. Those are the kind of hops that you'll see here at Simmons Field. Puts Traverse City on the board early. They're the first team to score. Extends the inning for Adam Proctor, who takes a first pitch strike called on the outside corner. First game for Madej here at Simmons Fields, and immediately gets a ball up on him on a bad hop. Swing and a miss by Proctor. Goes down 0-2. Struck out swinging in the second in his first at-bat. The inning extended for him on the error by Madej. Run scoring. Now Proctor trying to get the inning going around a little more here. As Monroe leads from first, the 0-2 pitch is upstairs. Proctor takes. Gets a 2-1-2. Cruz Taylor on deck in case he gets a plate appearance here in this inning. If not, he'll lead off the 5th. Middle of the order coming up for Kenosha with Justin Janis set to lead off. 1-2. Proctor, fly ball to right, should end the inning as Crenshaw drifts over. He'll make the grab, and Kenosha out of the inning, but 1 run comes around on the error by the Kenosha shortstop, and Traverse City will be playing from ahead in this ball game, protecting the lead when we come back on Pittsburgh Radio.
Leading off for the
Welcome back to
Kingfish,
Simmons
the first
Field.
baseman, number 38,
Bottom of the fourth inning,
Justin
Traverse City took a
Jennings.
1-0 lead in the top half after a 2-out double by Tito Flores and a hard hit ball by Chris Monroe that hopped over the glove of Mikey Madej at short and allowed Flores to score. 1-0 lead as Justin Janis bats. Extended his hitting streak in the first inning. Big lefty bat from Illinois, grounder to second. Camilletti fields, throws on time to Arnold to retire Janis. A big leadoff out there as you allow Janis to get on base. Could start a little rally here. Pittsburghers haven't been able to keep Janis off base a lot this season when they faced him, but able to do so there on a ground ball induced by Rush. He's gotten a good amount of ground balls, also a good amount of fly balls. Getting a little bit of both so far. As Chase Eastep bats, he swings at the first pitch, pops it up on the infield. This one also by Camilletti. Arnold, though, is going to make the call, and he will put that one away for out number 2. 2 quick outs for Rush. That's now 9 straight retired by the righty. Only 3 pitches needed to get Janis and Eastep. Crenshaw flew out to left field with the bases loaded in the first inning to end the inning. He was the first of now 9 straight sat down by Rush. First pitch to him, strike on the outside corner. Wind howling now. Got to watch fly balls and pop-ups. The wind could play with the ball a little bit. That ball back up the middle. Through Traficante, can't field it. A 2-out single by Crenshaw ends the streak of 9 straight retired by Rush and extends the inning.
Number 16, Mikey Madej.
Mikey Madej, the shortstop for Kenosha, will bat now. It was his error in the top half of the inning that allowed Traverse City to score. Trying to make up for that here. Runner takes off. Throw down by Proctor is to the left of the bag, but the tag by Traficante picked and applied. Caught stealing. Both catchers now have thrown a guy out trying to steal, and that ends the inning. 2-out single turns to a caught stealing. Inning over as we go to the 5th. Traverse City on top 1-0 on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Kenosha, Wisconsin. Top of the 5th inning here. Traverse City on top 1-0. As Adam Proctor threw out Wyatt Crenshaw trying to steal second to end the bottom of the 4th. After Crenshaw singled to extend the inning with 2 outs. Now Cruz Taylor will lead off the 5th. Was the 3rd strikeout victim in the 2nd as Wiggins struck out the side. Only has 1 strikeout since. Went through 5 of the first 6 batters with strikeouts. Only 1 in the 3rd and 4th innings. As Taylor goes down 0-2 here, a big hack, but it comes up empty. Trying to continue his hot-hitting ways with an RBI in his last 2 games. Looking to lead off the inning here with a base runner, the 0-2. Takes a pitch high, a pitch that Taylor has chased often this season, a high fastball. Lays off there. 1-2 count. Pitch from Wiggins. Skips about a foot in front of home plate and catches the home plate umpire on the arm, it looks like. So Stevenson will walk out to the mound and talk to Wiggins, as is customary when an home plate umpire's hit. Really shaken up out there. As that one bounced off the dirt. Looked like a curveball that just got away from Wiggins. Caught the umpire on the hand. Right on the right hand. Trainer for Kenosha taking a look at it. Traverse City we have our trainer here as well. But on the road, we're going to let the road trainer check on the umpire. Breaking ball that skipped and got away from Stevenson behind the plate. Tried to block it.
The Kenosha Kingfish would like to thank their founding partners, Lynn Chevrolet, Aurora Healthcare,
doing his best to regroup as the trainer's checking on it. Bounced off his right hand, immediately grabbed for it. Giving a break to Taylor, who now has a chance to ponder this at-bat as he has to protect with 2 strikes. Bottom 3 in the lineup are up next. Traficante, Faust, and then Arnold. If a batter reaches, he'll bat. They only have 1 hit so far, but it's that 1 hit good enough to get Traverse City on the scoreboard first. Looks like everything is okay here. McKinney behind the plate. Looks like he's ready to go. Getting some advice from the third base umpire. Put that right hand behind his back so to not be hit. Seems like he's ready here. Taylor has to reapply the batting gloves. Little break here, but ready now for a 2-2 pitch as Taylor will stand in. Now he'll stand in. 2-2 pitch now. Taylor holds on a close pitch outside, but the count goes full. Trying to reach to start the inning. Zeb led off the 4th with a walk as they scored a run. Here's a full count pitch. And Taylor holds outside. Back-to-back innings. That Wiggins walks the leadoff man was able to get the leadoff man out in the fourth when Zeb was caught stealing. See if Taylor tries to take off here. He does have a good amount of speed. We'll see what happens with Traff. He might try to put down a bunt. Third baseman Watson's playing back, so he has grass on the left side if he opts to do that. Doesn't square around, swings away to right center field. Taylor didn't know where the ball was. It's caught in right field, and the throw back to first will get Taylor. Another double play for Kenosha. The last 2 innings, they've had a double play after the leadoff walk. It was a strikeout throw out in the fourth. A hit and run gone wrong as Traficante got that one airborne, and Taylor didn't know where the ball was. Caught by Crenshaw, returned to Janis for the out. So now Christian Faust will bat. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Lined out to Bean Keene at second his last time up. Gets a 2-0 count here. Last time he had a 2-0 count against Wiggins here. He jumped on it for a home run over the left field wall. That was back on June 5th. Jumps on the 2-0 here, but fouls it back. That's when Faust was the leadoff hitter for Game 2 of the series here on June 5th. Led off with the homer. 1-0, one batter into the game. 2-1 pitch here. Another fastball that he fouls off the right side out of play. Has to protect the plate on 2 strikes.
2 on the Miller Lite Beer Banner of the game. Fans, who's feeling thirsty?
Traverse City got a 2-out base runner in the fourth and scored. Trying to do something here in the fifth. The 2-2. Faust just sticks the bat out to right. Crenshaw towards the line will make the catch. It's going to go down as a 1-2-3 frame for Wiggins after another leadoff walk, a double play. Takes the Pittsburghers out of the inning, and we go to the bottom of the fifth, bottom of the order, due up for Kenosha on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Kenosha, Wisconsin. Bottom of the fifth inning with the bottom of the order. Set to bat against Wyatt Rush. Mikey Madej, Luke Stevenson, and Xavier Watson will hit in this inning. If one of them reaches, then we will have the top of the order bat for the third time. Rush got Madej, Stevenson, and Watson 1-2-3 in the second inning last time that he faced them. First pitch swinging, it's popped up and it's going to go out of play. right behind the press box. Madej flew out to left field to lead off the second. Trying to lead off here with a hit from North Carolina, Chapel Hill. His first game as a member of the Kingfish. Swings at another one and fouls it off and goes down 0-2. Rush, only 2 strikeouts, has gotten a lot of softer contact, letting the defense do the work for him so far. Trying to do it himself this at-bat. The 0-2 pitch to Madej is chopped to short. Traficante in, fields and fires to Arnold for out number 1. That ball took a weird hop on Traficante, but he's able to stick with it, field it cleanly, and make the throw to first. It was a high hop that hit the lip of the grass before the infield dirt and then kicked straight like it was trying to go through his legs, but he adjusted and made the play. Luke Stevenson now will bat. The last strikeout for Wyatt Rush was against Stevenson. That ball up the middle. Traff won't reach that one. Another single through the middle. Crenshaw had one with 2 outs last inning.
Now batting for the Kingfish, the third baseman.
Another hit for Kenosha. Another ground ball single, in fact. That's all 4 of their hits have been grounders that have found holes. Final hitter in the lineup, Xavier Watson, with Stevenson on first after the single. Watson flew out to center field. Rush trying to get Watson to face the top of the order with 2 away. Goes down 2-0 to Watson here. Watson only played in the second game of the series on Tuesday, had a hit, had a double down the line. 2-0 swing and just got a piece of it. Fouled it right between Proctor's legs behind home plate. Rush trying to put together another good start. His first 2 starts that he made after he came out of the bullpen for the first few appearances on the season, transitioned into a starter and did it very nicely. He shut down Kokomo in his first start. Went 7 innings. Allowed just 1 run on 3 hits. Had the same exact line, 7 runs, 3 hits, 1 run against Kalamazoo in his second start. His last couple starts have not been as successful. Looking to get back to that here. Has battled back to a 2-2 count against Watson. And gets the strike 3 call on the outside corner. Got Watson looking. That's his 3rd strikeout. First since the 2nd inning. Gets the 2nd out. A big 2nd out as McKay Barney at the top of the lineup steps back in for his 3rd at-bat. He's 0 for 2 tonight, but he's shown what he can do at the plate. Was a Great Lakes All-Star. Had a hit in the All-Star game. Was hitless on Monday, but had 3 hits on Tuesday. Started off the top of the 9th inning with a walk. Was the first, or reached on an error in the 9th. Was the first of 3 straight to reach as Kenosha loaded the bases. Another single up the middle. Kenosha just hitting the ball on the ground, and it's finding holes out there. All of their hits are just ground balls that are getting through the infield. 4 of them have gotten through the infield. The only base hit not to go through the infield was Justin Janis, and that's because Mario Camilletti made a nice slide to stop it from going into the outfield. Threw wide of first, but he might have been safe had the throw been on target. That's the 3rd hit up the middle Liebert singled through the right side. Janis singled to the right side. And now their last 3 hits, Crenshaw, Stevenson, and Barney, all singling right up the middle. Trafficante should end the inning here. And he will. Got the grounder and threw on time to Arnold. The Kingfish get a couple more on base, but aren't able to crack the scoreboard as Rush out of more trouble. And we head to the 6th inning on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Kenosha, Wisconsin. Here in the 6th inning, we played 5. Traverse City up 1-0 on an unearned run back in the 4th. As Kenosha has stranded 3 runners in the 1st, 2 in the 5th. Not able to score as Rush has worked out of trouble. First pitch swinging, Arnold to third. A nice play by Watson. His throw across the diamond is in time for out number 1. Arnold almost started off the inning with a base hit through the left side, but Watson was able to pick it off the infield dirt for the first out. Back to the top of the lineup, where Zebrow started the 4th inning with a walk, but after he was caught stealing and Camilletti struck out, seemed like Traverse City would come up empty, but Tito Flores doubled and Monroe hit him home on a hard hit grounder to short that got through Mikey Madej. Just 1 hit through the first 5 innings for the Pittsburghers. In the final matchup between these 2 teams in the regular season, unless Kenosha makes the playoffs, and this will be the last 2 games between Traverse City and Kenosha on the year. First, Kenosha's going to have to fight back and get back into the race as Kokomo is starting to pull away. 0-2 to 1-2 as Zeb takes that pitch high. Struck out in the 1st. Took a 4-pitch walk in the 4th. Now has a 1-2 count here. Trying to protect the plate against Wiggins. And a nice pitch there gets Zeb looking. Both times Zeb struck out tonight, it was looking at strike 3. Not putting the bat in play, not swinging with 2 strikes. Got to protect. As a breaking ball caught the outside corner and sends him packing. Camilletti back in. He flew out in his first trip and struck out his last time up when Zeb was put in motion on a full count pitch. First pitch swinging, fouls it right back. Trying to attack a first pitch fastball from Wiggins, but comes up empty. Also attacked the first pitch he saw in the first inning when he flew out to left field. Camilletti burnt McKay Barney in center field on a couple deep ground rule doubles in Monday's game, and had a pair of hits on Tuesday as well, completing a nice little series. Second on the Pitts Bitters in multi-hit games in the month of July, behind Monroe. Swings at the 1-1 and fouls it off down the left side. Now has to protect, as Wiggins already with 7 strikeouts, looking for his 8th here if Camilletti doesn't protect. .38th game on the season for Camilletti. Facing the 1-2 against Dalton Wiggins. He deals, and Mario takes low. Not chasing the ball in the dirt. Wiggins tried to get him to chase a couple low in his last at-bat when he had him down to 2 strikes, but Rio was able to work the count full. Gets it even here to 2-2. Has to continue to battle the 2-2 from Wiggins inside and almost got Mario, but he backed away, and the count for the second trip to the plate goes full. Had a full count in the 4th and struck out swinging. See if he can extend his on-base streak here and increase his lead in walks in the Northwoods League. Payoff pitch. Misses off, and Mario will walk down to first. He walks more than anyone in the Northwoods League. That's his 46th free pass this season, and will increase his on-base percentage a little bit more. Also leading the Northwoods League in that. And in comes Tito Flores, who came around to score in the 4th inning, the only run at this junction in the game. Scored on Chris Monroe's error to shortstop. But Monroe hit that ball hard to short. Just took a hop over Medei's glove, allowed Flores to score. He doubled with 2 outs in the 4th. Has a runner on base now, looking for a hit. Takes a first pitch strike. Right on the outside corner as Wiggins again continues to be all over the strike zone. Not missing on a lot, not getting behind to a lot of batters. As Camilletti leads, pick over, Mario back in. Not sure if Camilletti will be in motion here with Flores at the plate. 0-1 pitch. Misses outside. Count to 1-1. Josh Reband giving the signs to Flores down at third. A potential steal sign, a potential hit and run with 2 outs. Mario does have a good amount of stolen bags this year. He's stolen 13. 1-1 pitch from Wiggins. Doesn't go, and Flores takes outside. Gets into a 2-1 hitters count here. Looking for another hit. He's had a couple big hits on the season. Looking for another multi-hit game. Another pick over, and Mario back in again. Flores has 3 multi-hit games in the last week. 3 hits on Tuesday, 2 hits on July 24th, and 3 hits on the 23rd. 2-1. Sits on it. Hits it to right center. Should end the inning. Crenshaw is there, makes the catch. And the 2-out base runner will not hurt Wiggins as he gets out of it. Only 1 run allowed, and it was unearned. But Traverse City does lead things 1-0 to the bottom of the 6th inning here in Kenosha on Pittsburgh Radio. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Simmons Field in Kenosha. 1-0 ball game. A pitcher's duel all the way, just like on Monday when these two teams were scoreless through the first 7.5 innings. Pittsburgh's lead 1-0, but it's an unearned run as they've only managed 1 hit through the first 6 frames. Kenosha has managed 5 hits, but have left all those on base as Rush continues to work. Liebert will lead off, and then Janis on deck. First pitch to Kirk is fouled out of plate on the left side. Liebert 1 for 2. His first hit in 4 games. He came out of the All-Star break where he was an All-Star, one of 5 Kingfish selected. Got a hit against Green Bay, but then went hitless his next 3 games. Back into the hit column here as Rush deals a nice breaking ball in for strike 2. Gets ahead 0-2 in the count. Not getting the strikeouts that Wiggins is getting, but he's getting some softer contact as he deals an 0-2 here to Liebert. Kirk down the right side. It's going to go a little foul. Arnold over there first, over to make a play, just in case it stayed fair. Couple feet foul of that first baseline. Janis waiting on deck. A lot of big hitters on this team. 0-2 here. Liebert, left side. Flores. That ball is moving with the wind, and it's going to get away from Flores. The wind is moving that ball around out there. Flores had a beat on it, and the wind just kept pushing it more and more to the left, and Flores not able to make the grab. As Liebert gets into second base. Justin Janis now the hitter, and he has a chance to tie this game with 1 swing here. 1 for 2 with a single in the first. First pitch from Rush outside. Has to work carefully with Janis up. Had 3 RBIs on Tuesday. His first 2 at-bats came through with RBI singles. Had an RBI single in the 9th on Tuesday. That ball through the left side into the outfield, and Janis will get another hit. His second of the ball game. Liebert over to third with nobody out.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 23, Chase Easton.
Chance for Kenosha to tie the game with runners on the corners and no one out. The trainer is coming out to take a look at Justin Janis. Got down to first and feeling something on his leg, maybe a muscle tweak. Would be a big loss for Kenosha if he has to come out. It is only summer ball, and he's only a freshman going into his sophomore year at Illinois, so much bigger things on the line than playing here in the Northwoods League. Seems up to him, though, if he stays in, and he looks like he will stay in the game. Must not be anything too serious. Another multi-hit game for Janis. Two for 3 night for him so far as Chase Eastep steps in with runners on the corners and nobody out. The Traverse City defense playing back, willing to give up the run to get a double play. As the first pitch to Eastep is a ball. Eastep 0 for 1. Walked in the first inning to load the bases and popped out his last time up on the infield. Takes that one. It's a 2-0 count now. Crenshaw on deck. He's 1 for 2. And he had a big game on Tuesday as well. So got some good hitters coming up. Pick by Arnold. They do get the double play. A run, though, will come in to score to tie it. But the double play turned by Traverse City gets him 2 big outs.
Right fielder, number 25, Wyatt Crenshaw.
The run for Liebert is going to go down. That run that scored is going to go down as an earned run against Rush. As that would have ended the inning had Flores made the play in left field. Crenshaw in is 1 for 2. Had 2 hits on Tuesday. Lines that one to center. Cruz Taylor is going to battle the win, make the play. Inning over, but the Kingfish do tie it. We're tied at 1, going to the 7th inning on Pittsburgh Radio. Back for the 7th inning as Chris Monroe stands in to lead things off, still against Dalton Wiggins, who has pitched a really good game up to this point. He's only allowed 1 hit, the double to Flores in the 4th, and the 1 run unearned. Was allowed a couple walks and 7 strikeouts in the game. Got Monroe swinging at a breaking ball, has him down 0-2 to lead things off. Middle of the order for Traverse City as they try to get the lead back. Runs scored in the bottom of the 6th for Kenosha as they even it up at 1. 0-2 pitch to Monroe is flared to right. Crenshaw is going to let it drop in front of him for a leadoff hit. Bounced off the ground off his leg. But Monroe will hold up at first with a leadoff single. Their first leadoff hit in the game. 3rd time they've led off an inning with a base runner. As they get themselves in business to start. Monroe at first to lead off. That's just the 2nd hit for Traverse City. Just stuck the bat out on an outside breaking ball and has the power to flick it over the infield to right. Adam Proctor now the batter. 0 for 2. Ball gets away, and Monroe is going to advance down to second base. Go-ahead run now in scoring position with nobody out. As Proctor now might be tasked with bunting. With no one away, a sacrifice bunt could get that go-ahead run to third with only 1 out. Could set up a sacrifice fly to score, and we'll see if Proctor plays that way if he's swinging here. Doesn't show, and rips one down the right side. Foul, a little early. A ground ball to the right side would do the trick, as just like a bunt would, as it would get Monroe over to third. That's got to be the plan here, is just, if you're going to swing, get one on the ground to the right side to move that runner. Might also be might be able to find a hole on the ground, as Kenosha has 7 hits, and they're all just grounders that have made it through the infield that are finding holes. So maybe Proctor should try that approach. Just hit one on the ground. To the right side, move Monroe to third. Worst case scenario is you get thrown out on a grounder, but that runner moves to third. 1-1 pitch. Proctor not squaring and fouls one off out of play. Now has to protect with 2 strikes. Have to do what you can to move that runner here. Have to hit it to the right side. Even a fly ball to the right fielder could advance Monroe to third if he tags up, if it's deep enough. Have to try and move him around here. Wiggins set for the 1-2. We got Proctor swinging in the 2nd inning. Proctor flew out his last time up. The 1-2 to Proctor. And way early on it. Down the right side. Stays alive. You can see him trying to get a grounder on the right side, but he's a little early on it. Has to protect again. 1-2 from Wiggins. Proctor takes high. Count goes even. 2-2 the count after Monroe's leadoff single and a wild pitch moved him to second. Proctor trying to move him to third or even score him on a hit. 2-2 pitch coming here from Wiggins. Looks at Monroe a couple times, deals, and Proctor pops one up on the infield. Third baseman Watson in and is able to make the grab, adjust nicely to make the play. Proctor not able to advance the runner, which could be significant as Monroe doesn't move off of second base. One away for Cruz Taylor, and that's significant because if Taylor hits one on the ground or hits one deep enough to the outfield, Monroe would be able to score if he was on third. But from second, it would take a base hit to bring in Monroe. Taylor trying to deliver. Has RBIs his last 2 games. Stands in tonight, 0 for 1. A strikeout and a walk. First pitch swinging, fouls it back. Taylor worked the count his last time up. Got a full count. And walked down to first after battling. Was retired on a double play, trying to do a hit and run. Stole second, but the ball was lined to right, caught, and returned to first. 0-1, and Taylor fouls it straight back. Couple foul balls, not able to square one up. Oh, and 2 count. Taylor has to protect here. Try and put a ball in play. Looking for strikeout number 8 is Wiggins on the hill. He's set for the 0-2, and Taylor will call time. Take a minute to ponder this moment. Has to protect. Trying to not waste the runner in scoring position with no one out. A big chance to score here in a tied game. 0-2 in the dirt, blocked by Stevenson. Keeps it in front, so Monroe can advance to third. That would have been a big play. Still hanging at second. Traficante on deck. Wiggins set for a 1-2 pitch now. Taylor rips it deep left field. It's going to get over the head of Liebert at the wall. It's going to bounce over the wall, which is going to bring in Chris Monroe as Traverse City takes the lead. Opposite field power by Taylor over the head of Liebert and left over the wall for the ground rule double. Traverse City now on top 2-1. Taylor just switches spots with Monroe out there. First earned run given up in this game by Wiggins. Gave up an unearned run back in the 4th. Taylor comes through his 3rd RBI hit in his last 3 games. Now Camden Traficante in. He's also had himself a good span. Had a couple extra base hits in clutch time the last 2 games against Kenosha. Trying to have another clutch hit here. Holds up on the 0-1 pitch outside. Evens it up at 1-1. Taylor had 2 big RBIs against Rockford on Sunday. Came back with an RBI hit in the bottom of the 8th inning against Kenosha on Monday. And now an RBI double against Kenosha here. Puts his team on top. Traficante with the 1-1. Takes a breaking ball in the outside corner for the 2nd strike of the inning. One, 2 count. Taylor put together a good at-bat with 2 strikes and doubled. Here's the 1-2 to Traff. Little flare, shallow center. Barney coming in, but the ball will be caught by the shortstop Madej for the 2nd out. And that's going to hold Taylor up at 2nd, not able to move. Wiggins will face Faust now. Had a big RBI hit against Kenosha on Tuesday. He broke the 5-5 tie. Faust trying to come through here with Taylor on second and 2 away in the 7th inning. He's 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch outside. Faust is lined out to second and has flown out to right field. Faust trying to get a big hit here against Wiggins. His final inning of work. Breaking ball, misses inside. 2-0 count to Faust. Jumped on a 2-0 fastball against Wiggins back on June 5th, last time he faced him. See if he jumps on a 2-0 pitch here. Checks his swing and the ball down and outside. Blocked by Stevenson to keep it in front to not allow Taylor to take third. But a 3-0 pitch coming to Faust with Jake Arnold on deck. And then the top of the order. Wiggins at 103 pitches now. This is going to be his last inning of work. Just a matter of, is he out of this down 1 or down more than 1? Strike on the outside corner, gets the count to 3-1. Faust still in control of this at-bat. Still has a fastball count if Wiggins deals him a fastball on 3-1. Taylor on second to pitch. Faust, fly ball to right, shit in the inning. Crenshaw's over, and he's going to make the catch. Get out of the inning, but Traverse City takes the lead on the RBI double by Cruz Taylor. To the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time here in Kenosha. Bottom of the order due up for the Kingfish when we come back on Pittsburgh Radio. Back here for the bottom of the 7th inning. Traverse City on top, 2-1. Wyatt Rush still on the mound for the Pittsburghers to face the bottom of the Kenosha order. And Mikey Madej is going to lead things off. Rush's pitch count very low. Started the inning with 64 pitches through 6 innings. Facing the bottom of the order for the 3rd time. As Madej fouls one back, 1-1 goes the count. All 3 times Madej has hit, it's been to lead off an inning. He's led off the 2nd, the 5th, and now the 7th innings. 0 for 2 in the game. Rush went 1-2-3 through the bottom 3 in the 2nd. Allowed a couple base runners to reach in the 5th. Working with the lead again as Madej grounds one to 2nd. Camilletti fields, throws on time, 1 away. Got to go through the fundamentals on a ground ball here. Nothing's routine the way that the field bounces. No routine plays here as you get plenty of bad hops on the field. As we saw with Kenosha's Madej on a ground ball hit to him in the fourth that allowed Traverse City to score the first run. First pitch swinging by Stevenson, he fouls it off. Stevenson is 1 for 2. He singled up the middle in the fifth inning his last time up. Trying to reach so the top of the order can bat. 0-1 pitch misses off. 1-1 goes the count. Stevenson struck out looking his first at-bat against Rush. Got him back with the ground ball up the middle for a single to reach in the fifth inning. 1-1 pitch. Swings and misses on an outside fastball from Rush. Gets ahead to 2 strikes. The reason his pitch count's so low, not a lot of strikeouts, only 3. It's because Kenosha's been aggressive, swinging early in counts. And has aided Rush in a very low pitch count to this point. 1-2 pitch coming to Luke Stevenson. Wyatt Rush deals high and outside. Misses up on a fastball. Count evens at 2-2 for the Kenosha catcher. Deals. Stevenson chases the slider. Goes down on strikes for the second time tonight. The 4th strikeout in the game for Wyatt Rush. Continues to terrorize the bottom part of the lineup. 7 hits in the game for the Kingfish. Just 2 hits with the bottom 4 in the lineup. 5 hits in the top 4. If Rush is able to continue working through the bottom half unscathed, just leave it to the top hitters to beat him. They tried to do everything they could to beat Traverse City on Tuesday, but were unsuccessful. Watson grounded to short, should end the inning. Traficante fields and throws on time. A 1-2-3 frame from Rush. A 10-pitch inning, only 74 pitches thrown through 7. And we go to the 8th. Traverse City on top, 2-1, low-scoring ball game. New pitcher in for the Kingfish when we come back on Pitts Bitter Radio. Welcome back to Kenosha, Wisconsin. 2-1 lead in favor of the Pittsbitters. As Dalton Wiggins' night comes to a close, had a very good night, only gave up 3 hits and 3 walks, struck out 7, gave up 2 runs, only 1 earned. In line for the loss at this current moment, as the new pitcher, Randon Dowman, will face Jake Arnold to start, and then we'll face the top of the order next. Arnold's 0 for 2, looking for his first hit. Trying to start things here in the 8th. Takes 2 pitches inside to get ahead in the count. Trying to jump on a 2-0 fastball and a fastball count from Dowman. 3.95 ERA this year. 2-0's low, and just like that, Arnold ahead 3-0 in the count. Should be taken all the way here on 3-0. It's been a while since Dowman's faced the Pittsbitters. Misses on 4 straight out of the bullpen, so Arnold will lead off with a 4-pitch walk and go down to first. Traverse City trying get a little bit of insurance with the top of the order coming up in the 8th. Barney will lead off in the bottom of the 8th inning. So if you can increase the lead a little bit, can give Traverse City a better chance, as there is an arm in the pen. Looks like Morgan Lunsford throwing down there. We'll see how Josh Rebant wants to utilize the pen. As Dowman finally finds the zone on a first pitch strike to Zeb. 0 for 2 with a couple of looking strikeouts. Has walked once. A 1 pitch here to Zeb. Swings and misses, goes down 0-2. Has to protect, or can go down for the 3rd time tonight, where the hat trick. See if Rebant wants to bring in Rush for the 8th. His pitch count is of no concern whatsoever, but once you get through, the 3rd and even the 4th trip through the lineup, hitters start to figure out your timing, so maybe he'll want to go to the pen. 0-2 pitch here to Zeb. Tried to check his swing and inadvertently nicked it off the helmet of Stevenson back towards the screen. Took a weird hop off his helmet. As Zeb's still protecting here on 0-2. Trying to reach base for the 2nd time tonight. Try to move Arnold around. Dowman set the 0-2. Zeb holds and called strike 3. 3rd time he's gone down looking tonight. That one looked a little off the outside corner, but Dowman gets the call as Zeb strikes out for out number 1. Mario Camilletti in for his 4th trip. Walked in his last at-bat. His 46th walk of the season, continues to lead the Northwoods League in that stat. First pitch to him here. He holds on a breaking ball in there for strike number 1. And looking at the replay of that called strike 3 to Zeb, little off the outside corner. Framed by Stevenson behind the plate well, got the call. 0-1 to Camilletti. Downstairs, ball 1. Last time that Dowman faced Traverse City was in Turtle Creek on July 3rd. He got the win. He pitched in the late innings, pitched an inning and a third, only allowed 1 walk. The only base runner he allowed, no hits, no runs. has faced Traverse City twice this season without allowing a run. Camilletti early on that one grounds it off the right side. Has to protect on 2 strikes now. Already struck out once in the game. Got down to 2 strikes his last at-bat, but battled the count full. He's had a full count his last 2 trips. Looking for his first hit, though. Has hits his last 2 games against Kenosha. Multi-hit games in both trips at Turtle Creek. One, two here. Camilletti holds on a strike 3 call. Back-to-back looking strikeouts for Dowman. Have to see where that pitch was because Camilletti thought it was off. And usually, if he thinks it's off, it's off. Might have been a hair outside, but it was right there. Too close to be taking with 2 strikes, especially in the Northwoods League with the umpires. They expand the zone a little bit. Now 2 outs after the leadoff walk. Arnold hasn't moved off of first on a pair of strikeouts for Tito Flores, now the batter. Doubled in the 4th. He's 1 for 3. First pitch swinging, elevates to left. Liebert over will make the grab. Leadoff walk for Arnold, but he doesn't move off of first on a pair of strikeouts and a flyout. That ends the inning. Sends this game to the bottom of the 8th with the top of the order due up for the Kingfish when we come back on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Kenosha, Wisconsin. Wyatt Rush's fantastic night will come to a close after throwing 7 innings, only allowing 1 run on 7 hits, 1 walk. He struck out 4. New pitcher in is the 18-year-old Morgan Lunsford, the San Diego commit. The Oklahoma kid will face the top of the order here with a 1-run lead. Wyatt Rush in line for the win, getting pulled despite only throwing 74 pitches through 7 innings. But he did give up 7 hits, so making a strategic move to get him out, as once you face the lineup for a third time and then to a fourth time. Guys start to figure out some timing. Barney to third, off the glove of Faust on a dive, and Barney will reach to start the 8th. Barney and the Kingfish continue to get these dinky little hits. Not hitting the ball hard, they're just able to find holes in the infield. Gets on base, you have to watch the speed, he leads the team in stolen bases. Down 1 run, he represents the tying run here in the 8th, so I would imagine Vince Bianchina will be tasked with bunting him over to second. And he does show, gets it down, but it's going to go foul. Faust making sure to touch it foul. Got to watch Barney still, though. He could try to steal second, and then Bianchina could bunt him over to third. With Liebert and Janis due up. The 2 RBI leaders for Kenosha are looming on deck and in the hole. Lunsford set here. Barney doesn't go. Bianchina gets the bunt down. Lunsford fields. Will throw to first. A successful sacrifice bunt by Bianchina. It moves Barney to second, and with his speed, should be able to score on a base hit here. Liebert doubled his last time up to left field on a ball misplayed by Tito Flores. Should have been an out. But the wind was just pushing that thing more and more to the left side of him, and he didn't account for that, and it got away from him to the fence, and he was the run that scored, that tied the game at 1. Has a chance to tie the game up again here with a hit. Lunsford deals. Liebert on the first pitch to the left side. Faust picks it. Throws to first, and Barney stays up at second. A nice play there by Faust to retire Liebert. But the job not done yet, as Justin Janis comes to the plate. He's 2 for 3 in the game. A single in his first at-bat, a single in his last at-bat. He had 3 hits the last time these two teams played on Tuesday with 3 RBIs, 3 RBI singles. And has 2 hits already here. Proctor is going to go talk to his pitcher. So's the pitching coach, Rocky Moriello. Honestly here, I would walk Janis if I'm Josh Rebant. Janis has terrorized Traverse City all season long. Chase Estep is hitless in this game. Didn't have a hit in the Traverse City series in Turtle Creek, so he's hitless for the whole series, home and away. I would put Janis on base here in the 8th. Getting down to crunch time. He already has 2 hits tonight. He had 3 RBI hits on Tuesday. I don't think I would be facing him here, but it looks like Lunsford will face him with the tying run on second. I don't know. I would let a different guy beat you. Lunsford, the 18-year-old, facing Janis. The Northwoods League leader in average, well over 400 now. Started the game at 401, but he has hits his last 2 at-bats. His average up even higher. Fouls one back. Count to 1-1. Average up to 406 now after a pair of hits. Was the Big Ten average leader in the spring, hitting .391 at the University of Illinois. 1-1 pitch, fouled off the left side, so Lunsford gets ahead 1-2. Has to make a good pitch here on 2 strikes. Hasn't struck out often against Traverse City. 1-2. Lunsford looking for a big pitch. Looking at Barney at second a few times. Deals. Janis holds up really close. A ball called. 2-2 now the count. Count evens up. Lunsford trying to make some good pitches. 2-2 here. Barney leading from second, the tying run. Deals outside. Janis holds. The count goes full. If I'm Lunsford, I'm not throwing a pitch in the zone. Throw a competitive pitch, but don't throw it in the strike zone. Throw a curveball low or a changeup low. Try to get a chase. Full count pitch. Janis to left. Flores drifting over with the wind. Plays the wind beautifully there. Makes the catch. Janis comes up empty in a big spot that could have tied it, and we go to the 9th inning with Traverse City on top 2-1 here on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Kenosha, Wisconsin, Simmons Field. Here in the 9th inning of a 2-1 ball game. Tightly contested. Morgan Lunsford able to pitch through McKay Barney's leadoff single and got out Kirk Liebert and Justin Janis, two of the top hitters in the league, to keep his team on top. First pitch to Chris Monroe, fouls it straight back. Monroe singled in his last trip, protected the plate with 2 strikes, gets him to 1 for 3 tonight. Knocked in Tito Flores in the 4th inning on an error that skipped over the glove of Mikey Madej, but a hard hit ball produced that error. Looking for a leadoff single here. Swings and misses at a high fastball from Randon Dowman. Gave up a leadoff walk to Jake Arnold on 4 pitches to start the 8th, but got 2 strikeouts and then a flyout to strand Arnold on base. Monroe led off the 7th inning with a single and scored on Cruz Taylor's RBI double. Ball taken there. I think the catcher, Stevenson, got crossed up there. I think that ball should have been strike 3, but since Stevenson was set up outside, that ball came over the plate. I don't think he was expecting that pitch there. Wasn't expecting the curveball. It's called a ball. Now there's a chance for Monroe to capitalize on that. That pitch was definitely a strike. A curveball that was right over the heart of the plate. But Stevenson was set up on the outside corner. The ball came over the plate. He kind of reached out and grabbed it. I don't think he was expecting the curve. I think he got crossed up, and so did Sean McKinney behind the plate. So strike 3 was not called. It's a set of ball. So it counts at 1-2. Monroe trying to reach to lead off another inning here. Getting set against Dowman. Taking a minute to retrieve the sign. Gets the sign from Stevenson behind the plate. His 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball inside and low. 2-2 count. Evens up. Back-to-back curveballs from Dowman. See if he brings in a third one or if he changes it up and goes to the fastball here. Monroe trying to lead off. Try to get some insurance. 2-2 pitch. Monroe misses on the outside fastball. A good pitch from Dowman. He goes down swinging for out number 1. Brings in Adam Proctor, who's 0 for 3. This is usually where he gets a big hit after struggling at the plate for a couple at-bats. Came through with the grand slam against Rockford just over a week ago after struggling in the ball game. And then at Turtle Creek against Battle Creek was 0 for until his last at-bat in the 9th. First pitch swinging, elevates to center. Barney going towards the right center field gap. And he's going to get there in time to make the catch. 2 quick outs here for Dowman as Proctor goes 0 for 4. Brings in Cruz Taylor, who came through with an RBI double in his last at-bat. Brought in Chris Monroe from second. That's the difference maker here in this game. That put his team on top 2-1. Still the score. Trying to reach with 2 outs and try to add on some insurance. First pitch to him in this at-bat is well outside. Dowman didn't get the release point on that pitch. Taylor 1 for 2 with that RBI double. Also walked in the 5th. Struck out his first trip. .0 is fouled off the right side by Taylor right at the Traverse City dugout. Got the bat out a little early there. 9th inning is going to be Estep, Crenshaw, and Madej, as Kenosha will look to play from behind. Will they be playing down 1 or more? It's the only question left to be answered as Taylor looks at a 1-1 here. Dowman deals. Taylor takes, called strike on the outside corner. Now protects with 1-2. Got himself into a 2-strike count his last at-bat before he doubled to left field. Almost left the yard. I think the wind blowing in prevented it from leaving as it was smoked over the head of Liebert. One hopped over the fence for a ground rule double. Ready for the 1-2 here. Dowman gets the sign. Looking for a 1-2-3 inning. He deals, and Taylor chases it. Gets away from the catcher, Stevenson. He has to throw down to first, and he will do so. They get Taylor. A pair of strikeouts for Dowman. He has 4 in his last 2 innings, but Traverse City still leads 2-1 to the bottom of the 9th, looking for 3 straight wins against Kenosha. John Buechler will enter to close when we come back on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Kenosha, Wisconsin, bottom of the ninth. John Buechelaer is on to close. His new rule on the team as a closer. He used to be a 7th to 8th inning guy, but when Evan Gates departed for the big leagues, John Buechelaer slid into the closing role because of his dominant performance this season. Has the most innings pitched of any pitcher with a 0 ERA, 20 innings pitched on the season. Got into trouble his last time out, though, against Kenosha on Tuesday, trying to close out a 7-5 win. Got the yips as he gave up a leadoff base runner, McKay Barn. He reached on an error, but then proceeded to walk the next 2 batters to load the bases, and that's when Josh Rebant went to the bullpen. Joe Pace was able to close out the game, straining the bases loaded with 3 strikeouts in a row. Trying to close this one out 2-1, Chase Estep, the first hitter. The DH tonight is hitless, 0 for 2. He's 0 for 9 in between this game and the last series at Turtle Creek. He struck out in the 9th inning, was one of the batters to strike out against Pace with the bases loaded. He leads off against Buechelaer here, 1-1 the count. Buechelaer deals on 1-1, called strike on the inside corner, and goes down 1-2. Buech looking for a better performance here. Has given up 4 runs this season, all unearned. Has 20 innings pitched, 85 batters faced in 14 appearances. This is his 15th, looking for a second save. Got Chase Estep swinging on 4 pitches to start the 9th. Some big pitches there by Buechelaer. Trying to attack the strike zone after walking a pair in the 9th inning on Tuesday. Facing Wyatt Crenshaw now, who's 1 for 3. Batted with the bases loaded in the first inning and flew out to left field. Buechelaer, first pitch strike on the outside corner. Singled in the 4th and then was caught stealing, and then flew out to center field his last trip to the plate. Had a pair of hits at Turtle Creek on the last game played with a couple RBIs. Ball in the dirt, blocked by Proctor. 1-1 goes the count. Trying to just attack the strike zone. Against a part of the lineup that struggled here tonight. Crenshaw 1 for 3. The 1-1 pitch to him, swung on and missed. He goes down 1-2 now. Buechelaer gets the ball right back on the mound. Has one of the best approaches at the plate, or on the mound. You take Buechelaer on the mound and Mario Camilletti at the plate, 2 of the best approaches you'll see between pitcher and hitter. As Buech just gets the ball right back to mound, ready to pitch. 1-2 to Crenshaw. Deals. Crenshaw just got a piece to stay alive. Off the glove of Proctor. Kind of slammed his hand down. Upset he didn't hold on to that one. Would have been an out if he squeezed it. Instead, the at-bat continues, but Buechelaer is still ahead, 1-2. Hasn't really thrown anything but the fastball. Be a good time to surprise him with something here. Deals. Crenshaw way out in front of that. Just like I said, throws the slider. Crenshaw nowhere near it. Back-to-back Ks for Buechelaer. He's an out away from winning Game 1 of this 2-game set and securing 3 straight victories over the Kingfish and 5 victories in a row. Looking at the league scoreboard, Battle Creek losing to Kokomo 10-3, which is bad news for both of these teams as Kenosha is trying to make a playoff push and Traverse City is trying to get the overall best record so they can host the playoffs. First pitch, line to first, caught by Arnold, and that's going to do it here. Traverse City is going to win the ball game 2-1, a very low-scoring game. the difference in the game. RBI double by Cruz Taylor in the 7th, as Traverse City secures their 3rd straight victory over Kenosha, their 5th straight victory overall. They continue to roll here after starting post-All-Star break on a little slow note with a sweep to Kokomo. They've won their last 5 games. They improved to 13-8 in the second half, and they improved to 34-23 overall. They're still going to be 1 game back of Kokomo in the overall standings, as they're going to finish off a win over the Battle Creek Bombers. But a great pitching performance by Wyatt Rush got them there. 7 innings, 7 hits, but only 1 earned run. Walked 1, struck out 4. And like I mentioned, that big hit by Cruz Taylor in the 7th, that RBI double, gave them the lead. It was held on to in the bottom half by Rush with a 1-2-3 7th. And then Morgan Lunsford, the 18-year-old who has not pitched a college game, comes in into the bottom of the 8th, gives up a leadoff hit to McKay Barney, but gets Kirk Liebert and the Northwoods League leader in batting average, Justin Janis, out to strand the runner, as Traverse City wins the game 2-1, 5 wins in a row, and they'll look for back-to-back sweeps over Kenosha tomorrow and try to win their 6th game in a row. I'll be here for that ball game. Should be a fantastic game before they return home against Kokomo on Saturday for another weekend series. Cade Heil will face Bryant Bagshaw. Heil's 2-2 with a 5.05 ERA. That game is 6:05 Central, 7:05 Eastern Time, here at Simmons Field in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Looking for the sweep and 6 wins in a row. Be here tomorrow at 7:05 Eastern, 6:05 Central. I'm Steve Walker signing off here on Pittsburgh.